Hi everyone and welcome back to SunBurst Tarot, where today I wanted to take a look at the case of Portlock, Alaska. So there was a Travel Channel video that came out a few months ago at this point, maybe even a year ago. And they called it, what is it? Alaska Bigfoot killer, I believe. And the show is centered around a group of individuals that are trying to go to Portlock, Alaska, and they're trying to figure out what happened there and potentially see if they can reclaim it. I don't know. It's very dramatic. It's a television show on the Travel Network through Discovery. It's going to be a little bit dramatic and over dramatized and stuff, but I was looking at the case behind it all, and I was just really curious to see if I think it's Nandik is the word that they use for Bigfoot there, and that's who was blamed for disappearances as well as deaths back in the 1930s. So I wanted to look at this case a little bit, see, was it the Bigfoot as locals were saying at the time, or was it maybe something a little bit different, and kind of see what is going on. So without further ado, let's get into the reading, and then just a few quick housekeeping items. Remember, all information I'm going to be sharing here is alleged and for entertainment purposes only. Everything that I'm stating is really just my opinion and is not a fact, so please go do your own research and come to your own conclusions. So, yeah, just I'm doing this reading to kind of just look at the case so we can see it maybe through a different lens, and just use a different tool to kind of help understand what's going on with the case, as well as just like what happened at this very, very interesting ghost town in Alaska. So yeah, and then I'm going to be using my Intuit Tarot deck today. Doop boop boo doo doop boo. This has become like my favorite tarot deck to use. I absolutely love it. And then I plan on using my own homemade deck that I've used from old Magic cards that I have. Magic the Gathering cards that I've just been like, these are like worth a penny, maybe 20 cents. And I just wanted to, so I put some keywords on them, and I plan on using those today to maybe help with some of the more paranormal or cryptid type of stuff. So without further ado, let's see, first off, is what kind of happened in Portlock. So, like, who or what caused the disappearances? So, deep emotional cleanse. Whoa. Subconscious reveal, seeing clearly, divine aid endings. It's the lunar eclipse. Odd. The challenge, lack of direction, coercion, forcefulness, powerlessness, facing opposition. Also means just blocked by obstacles. What in the world? And then the Justice card, avoidance, unfair victimization, cancel culture, being shamed, blamed, retribution, and balance. What? Do not So just kind of off the bat here, what I'm feeling with this group. What happened here is very odd. So I'm gonna just pull a few more cards here quick. So we have the Hierophant, rulers, leaders, institutions, King of Cups, Seven of Coins, I don't like this at all. Okay, so what was responsible for the disappearances or deaths up in Portlock? So we have religious here, but also we just have, what I'm seeing here is like the challenges is we're finding the challenges to be centered. The Justice card is kind of like, what the heck? What in the world? Jeez Louise. Okay. So yeah. Champion or leader. We have illusions. All is not what it seems. We have opportunist. It isn't very smart. It's a last stand. Bad deal. And here's our last one. Law enforcement. Okay. Okay. So what I'm seeing here, I'm just trying to make it all make sense in my head. So who caught, like, what or why were these people, why did people disappear, or, okay. So here's what, I'm just going to walk through this all. So what I'm seeing here is that this is, when it comes to what caused the deaths or the disappearances in the area, this person, place, or thing. So it's a deep emotional cleanse, but also with an opportunist who, this isn't, it's like I see it as like a crime of opportunity where things weren't just thought out really well. But then here we have illusions. All is not as what it seems. So it's like something that we see or something that we hear isn't correct in what's being told. It's like the story is being manipulated a little bit when it comes to what happened at that time. I believe there are news articles and stuff that came out about it, but I don't believe those are all completely right. When I see here with the Justice card, but also then the lead, champion and leader, and then we have the law enforcement card down here, I'm wondering if, and then having that connected to the Hierophant here, feels like there was maybe some cover up in some way, shape, or form when it came here. And this could have been from a very religious leader that also was acting as the law enforcement agency. Because with the Justice card here, which is all about justice, with the law enforcement down here with my religion card, here we're the champion or leader of a community. This might be the actual leader of that community, which could be a very, very high position. So like what I'm seeing here with this is the story has been manipulated to make it seem like it's something else when it's really not. There's a last stand here with this King of Cups. So I'm almost seeing this as like we're trying to, this feels like a bad cover-up of some sort. And then here with this bad, like a deal gone bad. Like, this is a really weird, yeah. So this is something that's very much, it doesn't feel like it's like paranormal in any sense, but it feels like something got covered up. What got covered up here with this? Because it's like, where it feels like it should have been like the murder, like the disappearances and the deaths were covered up by something. But why were they covering them up? It's sure not as all what it seems. There's law enforcement, the last stand, there's a bad deal, but what's the bad deal? Like why? This is odd. So what's the bad deal? So what was the deal? Like, why did they, like, there's a deal of some sort that went wrong. Was this like between like the cannery that was there? Was this like a deal between like groups of people? Like, obviously there's something going on with law enforcement. There's like really people with high authority, like corruptness, it potentially feels like. Odd. So why the cover up? Like, why the cover up of what was actually going on there? Why the cover up? King of Wands. The Chariot again, in the same position. You saw me shuffle. This is, gosh, okay, so why? It's a cover-up, but the cover-up's for this King of Wands. King of Wands? What? Okay, so we're going back in time now, but I'm almost wondering, like, during this time, we have this King of Wands type of energy, a ruler who just does not care for anyone other than themselves. We have the Chariot here, which is like blocked by obstacles. It's like they couldn't get what they wanted done here. So then we have the Justice card reversed, which is like guilt and blame. So it's like we're putting blame on where it should be, on where it shouldn't be. Lunar eclipse. Here's Temperance. Yeah, because they couldn't find balance. And this is all about, like, we need to, and maybe with this deep emotional cleanse, yeah, restrictions, regression, lack of progress, thinking small. I'm wondering if the person that was there, like, maybe this is the cannery, as well. Yeah, this is maybe the cannery, where they felt like they couldn't grow or do anything in this location. There's just something that doesn't let them move forward or do anything. Like the power and control that they want, that I don't think they're able to get in the way that they want. We have a lot of it being like regression. We can't do what we want because we're like not, it's like unfair, like you're canceling things. Things just aren't going through in the way they want to. The Chariot's like there's a giant halt of progress being made in some way, shape, or form. The Temperance card is also like the challenge here is you're not able to find, I don't think they're able to find like a balance. I don't think they're able to find compromise in some way, shape, or form as well. And like, oh, down here at the stars, like lacking inspiration. The Queen of Coins here and the Four of Coins makes me think that the ability to make money isn't as good as we thought it was, because we need more money to do something than we thought. And like we need to reevaluate if we really want to do this. So like I wonder if this story was potentially made up because of, interesting. Feels like this story was made up because they wanted a sensational something for people to move, and they didn't want to be told. Interesting. Okay, I'll pull a couple. That's it. Okay, so we have shady person, not shocked. We have many people or group or attack. Then we have problems with the bodies. We have false evidence, protectors, annoying entertainer, and then you have illegal activity. So I wonder if this place was super corrupt at this point. There's corruption going on. People aren't happy with it. Small town politics with a shady person or shady. It's called the shady traveler, but I'm just seeing this as a shady type of person. It feels like there was probably some disagreements during that time. Feels like a lot of disagreements on what they wanted to do, whether or not. It almost is like there are people who wanted everything to stay the same, and then there are people who didn't want things to stay the same. They wanted to go back home. They wanted to revert. They wanted to not have to. They wanted to leave, but they needed a way to get everyone to leave along with their workforce, because they're like, well, we need our workforce to go with us, but we don't want to keep what we have here. And like problems with the body, I'm almost wondering if some of like the remains that they found of people, like things might have been over exaggerated or to be bigger than it was. With many people or a group attack, it feels like there's it's like feels like it almost feels like there are factions a little bit at this time, where there's like two sides or three sides, where it's like we want to keep things, and it's like no, you are moving, and it's like you can't make us, and like they really can't, so they need to come up with like things that are like false evidence to essentially get what they want done, especially with all this illegal activity. I wouldn't doubt during this time that like the people in Portlock, like there was some shady shenaniganery going on there. This is odd. I was not, I mean, kind of expecting it, kind of not. So we know everyone moved. So like, who is the main proponent behind this? Like the move, what I'm feeling here is that the move from Portlock was the major, like the big reasoning. Like the challenges, they wanted people to move, so they need to bring up something sensational for people to move, but people didn't want to. So we know that there was like all these deaths and disappearances that occurred. So when we go back to it, it makes me wonder, like, was there like a certain like who was this person or people or group of people that wanted to like, I shouldn't say that. I think the question I really want to know is, was this for money or was this because they just wanted to go back home? Like, what was the big motivation behind all of this? One, I think, was they wanted to get rid of people who were against them. That feels like a pretty big one. And then the other part to it is I want to know if that was all about, I want to know if it was about the money and getting this cannery, essentially. I think that was up there to a different location. Because I'm almost wondering if like they needed more workers at like a different cannery, because it almost was like there's not enough workers for the amount of work that we have, and we just want to put more money into this cannery, so we need people to go there instead of being at this one. But people didn't want to leave this one, so they needed to concoct a whole big story. So let's just take a look at the motivations. 9 of Swords. 2 of Cups, reversed, and 5 of Coins. Okay. Really? Okay, so it feels at this time it's actually, this isn't like a, oh, we need to like have everyone move or do this, that, or the other. Like, it doesn't feel like it's a monetary thing. I think someone just got really butthurt because they didn't get a promotion or they didn't get this job or this, that, or the other thing. It feels like it's just a big butthurt energy where someone like thought they were going to get something, but then they didn't. And then the 5 of Cups, they got rejected. Alienation, financial ruin, breaking up. Empress, which is like you aren't doing, like you are getting blocked from what you're supposed, like what you want to do. The King of Swords, like you're being an asshole about it and you're manipulating the situation because you didn't get your way. And then the 2 of Coins, which is like, well, fine, I didn't get my way, so I'm gonna go and get it my way somewhere else, somehow else. So it's like, yeah, and 3 of Swords, someone got really butthurt over something. And then also in here, it's like we're delaying, we're resisting, not letting go of this situation, and now we're going to make everything really unstable when it comes to resources because you didn't give me what I wanted. Instead, and now that you didn't give me what I wanted, I'm going to ruin it for the rest of you, is kind of the energy I'm feeling here when it comes to what happened and the motivations behind why this whole big story around it. Okay, so, interesting. Didn't get any Bigfoot at all, which, considering the whole big story and hullabaloo, like, do I believe that there's Bigfoot up there? Kinda, yes. But I don't think it's anything, like, I don't think they were to be blamed. Yeah. Deadly disguises, threatening. This is all this coming back to this one person or group that I think got rejected for a position. Yeah, troublemaker, uninvited guest. Yeah, they didn't get what they wanted, essentially. So they just made life a living heck or hell for everyone else. So, interesting. Well, that's all I have for this reading. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys liked that, please hit the like button down below. If you want to see more content like this, please hit the subscribe button down below, as I have content coming out every week with pick a card readings or true crime readings. So if you're interested in any of that, I highly suggest hitting the subscribe button. Otherwise, I really just want to say thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Thank you, and bye!